here for too long now. So when you're ready, close your eyes. And we'll take just a few moments here to really start to tune into our breath. So really start to feel all of the movements that your body creates to allow you to breathe. See if you can take those deeper, fuller inhales and longer, relaxing exhales. And as you breathe, allow your jaw to soften. Allow the sides and the back of your neck to feel really long and relaxed here. And just a couple more full breaths. Good, and then on your next inhale, go to reach your arms all the way up and overhead. And then on your exhale, palms come together, hands come down to your heart. Good, 3 more rounds of breath, just like that. Inhale, arms reach all the way up and overhead. Exhale your hands down to your heart. And 2 more times, move at your own pace. With your hands at your heart, take a big full breath right into your heart space, filling up all the way around your heart, filling up your rib cage, your lungs. And then 1 more big full breath. This time, breathe into your belly, filling up your whole belly with your breath, all sides of your belly, front, back, and sides. Good, and then from here, go ahead and roll over your shins, make your way to hands and knees. Once you're there, wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, you're slightly behind. We'll move through a few cat-cows here, so move at your own pace, in your own way. If you can add any kind of movements or wiggles or anything else that sounds good. And feel free to connect your movements with your breath if you'd like to. And you can keep it really slow and controlled. Or you can move a little faster in any way that you like. You can make big rib cage circles if you'd like to. Or just stick with cat-cow. Good, keep moving there, just a few more breaths. Perfect. And then from here, your toes can be tucked or not, so whatever feels okay. You're going to reach your hips back towards your heels like you're coming towards child's pose. And then you're going to round your spine, come back to hands and knees, and round your spine like you're coming back up through cat pose. Once you're all the way up, drop your belly down, tailbone lifts, chest reaches forward as you shift back towards child's pose. We'll do that a few more times, so round your spine as you shift forward. And then drop your belly down, tailbone lifts as you shift back. So a few more rounds just like that. And you can always add any other movements onto this that sound good. You can wiggle it up as you shift forward and back. And always feel free to move in your own way, add things in if you want. And take breaks when you need to as well. Let's do 1 more round here. And then from here, come all the way forward to hands and knees, and we're going to drop down onto our belly. Hands are planted next to your ribs. We're going to lift and lower up through cobra. Just a few times. Again, move at your own pace here. Make sure your hands are fully planted down, so your palms, your fingers, knuckles, everything is planted down, so you distribute the weight out through your hand, and it just doesn't dump right into your wrist joint. then next time you are up in cobra, we're going to stay here for a few breaths. So you can stay right here and hold if you'd like to. You can also rock your hips a little side to side, find some movement, maybe stretch your neck. But just make sure you don't just kind of dump into the pose and use no muscle at all. You'll kind of crunch into your lower back that way. So see if you can press the mat away, hug your shoulders into the socket, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your legs, chest reaches forward through your arms. Good, take one more breath here. Perfect, and then lower all the way down onto your belly. Take your time, make your way back, downward facing dog. So however you'd like to get there is fine. And once you're in downward dog, any movements you like, feel free to do that. You can bend one knee, drop the other heel, switch from side to side. Or you can shift or rock your hips side to side, maybe tip your heels from side to side. You can let your head really hang down, shake your head out no or yes, if that feels good. Good, and then for downward facing dog, go ahead and lift your heels up really high. We're going to roll our spine all the way forward into plank pose. And then roll it all the way back to downward facing dog. And then a few more times, just shift it forward and back. Keep it really slow and controlled. Keep your abdominals engaged the whole time. Perfect, and then next time you're forward in plank, we're going to stay here. And we're going to lower all the way down to our belly, really slowly for a count of 5. So when you're ready, start to bend your elbows. We're going to lower for 5, 4, and keep breathing, 3, 2, good, 1.5, 1. Nice, come all the way down, untuck your toes. One more time, lift up into cobra or upward facing dog. Good. Lower back down, make your way back, downward facing dog. Good, take another breath here in downward facing dog. Awesome, and then go ahead and walk your feet forward to meet your hands. Make your way into a forward fold towards the top of your mat there. And your feet can be hip distance or a little wider or a little closer. You can bend your knees as much as you like. Maybe even your belly rests on your thighs if that feels good. Let your head hang. You can also grab onto opposite elbows. Hands can be down on your mat, or you can hold on to your ankles if that's helpful for you. Yeah, you kind of shake things out, wiggle out a little bit if you like. Good, and we'll be here for just about one more breath. Awesome. From here, you can get your hands or your fingertips down onto your mat or onto blocks. Weight is on that right foot. Go ahead and step your left foot all the way back into a lunge. Once you're there, drop your back knee down. Good. Let your hips sink down, chest reaches forward. On an inhale, reach your arms all the way up and overhead. Palms come together, bend your elbows, and then rest your head back onto your forearms. Good, maybe even lean back just a little bit, but keep these front ribs and belly drawing back and in, so you really support this whole lower spine here. Good, and then rest your head on your arms if you can. Sink your hips a little bit deeper here. Perfect, and then hands come all the way down to blocks or your mat. Go ahead and shift your hips back, straighten your right leg-ish. Right toes pop up, and then gently fold forward. Good, make sure you're breathing fully here. Perfect, on your next inhale, re-bend your right knee, shift forward again to a lunge, let your hips sink down. On an inhale, arms reach all the way up, palms come together, bend your elbows, head rests into your forearms, maybe lean back. We'll take another breath here. Perfect, hands come all the straighten that right leg, right toes pop up, and then gently fold forward. And you can slide your blocks or hands anywhere that's comfortable for you, so maybe underneath your shoulders. Good, take another big breath here. Maybe breathe into the back of that right leg. Good, on your next inhale, shift forward again to a lunge. This time you're gonna plant your hands, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, step your right foot back into plank pose. Good, from here, take your time, shift forward, lower down onto your belly. Untuck your toes on an inhale, lift up cobra or upward dog. Good, lower all the way back down. Good, make your way up and back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, left leg lifts up and back. On an exhale, step your left foot forward between your hands, make your way into a lunge. Good, right fingertips stay down. On an inhale, left arm reaches all the way up, take a big twist. Left hand plants back down, step your right foot forward to meet your left, make your way back to a forward fold. Perfect. Good, on an inhale, you're gonna press your heels straight down, squeeze through your abdominals and come all the way up to standing, arms reach all the way up as well. Good, on an exhale, palms come together, down to your heart. Good, take one full breath here, breathe into your heart space and into your belly. Nice long exhale. Perfect, another big breath, inhale, arms reach all the way up. Good, palms come together, down to your heart, take a big fold forward here, coming all the way down. Good, take a big breath there, relax your head, relax your neck and jaw. Good, and then when you are ready, hands are going to be down on your mat or blocks. Weight is on your left foot this time. You're going to step your right foot all the way back into a lunge. Once you're there, go ahead and drop that back knee down. Good, let your hips sink down, chest reaches forward. On an inhale, arms reach all the way up. Good, palms come together, bend your elbows. Good, reach your thumbs towards your upper back and then rest your head into your arms there. Good, let your hips drop down, keep drawing your belly back away from your thigh. Maybe start to lean back. Good, coming all the way up. Hands are going to plant down on blocks or your mat. Shift your hips back, start to straighten that left leg. Left toes pop up, and you can always slide your hands anywhere that's comfortable. On your exhale, fold forward over your leg. And just take a couple breaths here. Good, keep reaching your hips back behind you. Good, on your next inhale, rebend your left knee, shift forward again to a lunge. On an inhale, arms reach all the way up. Palms come together, bend your elbows, thumbs reach towards your upper back, rest your head into your arms, drop your shoulders gently down, and maybe start to lean back. Just make sure you can still breathe and you're not crunching through your lower spine there. Perfect. On an inhale, come all the way up, hands plant down. Shift your hips back, straighten your left leg, left toes pop up. Gently fold forward over that left leg, really reaching your chest towards your left foot. Good, make sure you're breathing, make sure you have space and length on the sides of your neck here as well. Good, we'll take just one more breath, maybe sink in just a little bit deeper. Perfect, on your next inhale, shift forward again to your lunge, bending into that left knee. Go ahead and plant your hands down, tuck your right toes under, lift that right knee up, and then step your left foot back to meet your right into plank pose. Good, shift forward just a little. You can also slow count to 5. So when you're ready, start to bend your elbows for 5, 4, good, 3, 2, awesome. 1, come all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes on an inhale, lift up cobra, upward dog, or maybe locust is calling your name today. We'll take another full breath into this whole shape that we're creating with our body. Perfect, go and lower all the way back down, make your way back downward facing dog. Once you're there, on an inhale, right leg lifts up and back. On an exhale, step your right foot forward between your hands, make your way into a lunge. Good, left fingertips stay down. On an inhale, right arm reaches all the way up, take a big twist. Good, right hand plants down, step your left foot forward to meet your right, make your way into a forward fold there. Good, take another full breath. Nice long exhale, maybe sink in just a little deeper to the stretch. Again, you can always wiggle around and move in any way that feels good to you. Good, and then from here, go ahead and plant your hands. Good, step your feet back into plank pose. Good. We're going to turn to side plank on the left. So tip your heels to the left, coming to the outer edge of that left foot. Left hand plants down and presses the floor away. Right arm can reach up or you can reach overhead. Good. Take one more breath here. Tailbone reaches towards your heels. Draw those front ribs in. Good. Make your way back to plank. And then over to side plank on the right. So tip your heels to the right, coming to the outer edge of your right foot. Press the mat away with that right hand. Left arm reaches up or over your ear. Good. Tailbone reaches towards your heels here. Front ribs drop in. Take another breath. Perfect. Make your way back to plank pose. Good. And then lower all the way to your belly. Perfect. From here, you're going to reach your right arm straight out to the right, about shoulder height. Make sure the shoulder drops just gently away from your ear into the socket. So you have length on the side of your neck here. Good. So from here, your left fingertips are going to come down outside your left ribs. And then you're going to bend your left knee. Use your left hand to help you roll over onto your right side. And you can move this right arm with you as you roll. And then your head can stay up or drop it down. Left toes can tap or your foot can drop down. Hug your shoulders away from your ears. You can stay here, or this left arm can drop behind your back. Gently squeezing shoulder blades. Or maybe this left hand reaches for your right hand. Maybe keep spinning your lower body as well. And just take a few breaths here. Good, we'll take one more full breath. Perfect, take your time, make your way out slowly. Coming all the way back onto your belly, but no rush. And when you're ready, you can stack your hands, rest your forehead, or you can turn your gaze off to either side. You can rock your hips side to side if you like. We'll take just a couple breaths here between sides. And just go gentle on your shoulders as you do these stretches. Stay for a little longer if you'd like to, or a little shorter. So just find what works for you. Make sure you got your circulation back and all that good stuff. When you're ready, we're going to make our way over to the left side. So same thing on the left. This left arm is going to reach straight out to the left, about shoulder height, or maybe a little bit lower if that feels better for you. Right fingertips come to your mat. Make sure your shoulders are just gently hugging away from your ears there. Bend your right knee. Use this right hand to help you. Roll over onto your left side. Good. So your head can stay lifted if that feels good. You can also rest your head down on a block pillow, towel, or right on the floor or your mat. Right toes tap the mat or your foot can drop down. You can stay here, make sure you can breathe fully wherever you are, or this right arm can drop behind your back. And think about hugging your shoulders towards each other. Maybe reach for fingertips, interlacing your fingers. Or maybe keep spinning your bottom torso there, your legs. And we'll just take a few breaths here. And again, just go easy on your shoulders. You can always kind of move around and adjust so you can stretch into your upper traps, into your neck. Maybe feel it more into your pecs and chest in front of your shoulders. So just move around until you find a spot that feels good for you. Perfect. We'll take just 2 more breaths here. Good. From here, take your time, making your way out. Rolling back onto your belly. We'll stay there for a couple breaths. So if you'd like to, again, you can stack your hands, rest your forehead. You can turn your gaze to either side. You can rock your hips a little side to side. Good, and then no rush. When you are ready, we're going to make our way back to downward facing dog. Good, from downward facing dog, we're going to make our way into pigeon pose. So on an inhale, right leg lifts. On an exhale, right knee comes towards your right wrist. Drop your knee, shin, and foot down. Make sure that right foot tips a little to the left, and then right knee is outside of your hip. Go ahead and wiggle your hips back. You can also sit up on a block or towel or pillow if you'd like to. Good, so feel free to stay here. This feels like a nice stretch. You can also walk your hands forward, maybe come onto forearms, or maybe come all the way down. You can also put a pillow underneath your head or a block if you'd like to. And feel free to just be still and breathe into the shape that you're creating, or breathe into any sensations that you feel in this right hip. You can also rock your hips side to side. You can find some movement here, maybe walk your torso to the left or over to the right, or add in some twists or quad stretch with that back leg. So move in any way you like, or maybe just breathe and reach up. You can interlace your fingers behind your back. Good, you can twist. So anywhere you want to be is totally fine. Just make sure you can breathe fully. And we'll just be here for a few more breaths. And see if you can really start to make your breath part of the pose. So it's not separate and your mind is not wandering too far from your breath and from the sensations that this pose is creating. Just allow them to kind of meld and mesh together. Good, and see if you can really start to lengthen your exhales just a little bit longer, and allow your exhales to help you stay in the pose a little bit longer. You're doing great. Keep bringing your focus back to your breath. for about 3 more breaths. Take big, full breaths, breathing into that right hip, into any sensations that you're feeling here. Good. One more breath here. Good. Feel free to stay a little longer if you'd like to. When you're ready to make your way out, take your time here. Go and plant your hands right in front of your shin. And shift forward, tuck your back toes under, press your mat away, lift all the way up and back to downward dog. And you can shake or wiggle out your legs if you'd like to. Good, and no rush here. When you're ready to move over to the other side, make your way there. On an inhale, left leg lifts up and back. And then on an exhale, come forward to pigeon, left knee towards your left wrist. Drop your knee, shin and foot down. And kind of wiggle those hips back. Make sure that left knee is outside of your hips. You can start to square your pelvis towards the front of your mat there. And back toes can be tucked or not. You can stay upright if you'd like to, or you can fold forward, any amount. Again, you can always have a pillow or a bolster here just to rest on if you'd like. And you can be still and just breathe into this shape. You can also move and shift and wiggle. You can walk your torso over to the right or to the left. So you hit up some different muscle fibers. You can stay upright, maybe breathe, reaching your arms up. You can interlace your fingers behind your back if you'd like to. Maybe find some twists. You can also add a quad stretch with that back leg if you'd like. So move in any way that you'd like here. And always feel free to just be still and breathe into whatever it is that you're feeling. So it just depends on the day and how you're feeling, what you've been doing. Yoga and our bodies are just different every day, and we tend to live those asymmetrical lives where we do one thing on one side, a different thing on the other side. So our sides are different, days are different. So you just gotta switch things up when you need to. Good, keep sinking in. We'll be here for a few more breaths, so allow yourself to maybe sink in just a little deeper. And again, keep moving and wiggling or be still and breathe. Finding a way to take those full breaths here so that you really start to make your breath a part of the movement and a part of the pose. Keep hanging out there. Start to lengthen your exhales just a little bit longer. Allow your exhales to keep you in the pose just a little bit longer. And you're doing awesome. We're going to take about 3 more breaths here. You can always make your way out early if you'd rather. Either way is fine. Good, we'll take one last breath here. Plant your hands in front of that left shin, shift forward, tuck your back toes, press the ground away, draw your belly up as you lift up and back to downward dog. Wiggle it or shake out your legs in any way that you like. And no rush at all. When you are ready, we're going to come all the way down onto our back. Good. Once you're on your back, we're going to come into a couple spinal twists, one on each side. So if there's a variation of the twist that you like, feel free to do that instead of this one. When you're ready, make your way into a twist. Legs are going to go to the right to start off with. So either both knees drop in and you tip your knees to the right, or maybe that left knee drops in and you bring it across your body to the right. There's another variation, maybe you like to cross your legs or anything else, so any variation of a twist is totally fine here. You can even extend the twist up into your neck. So if your knees are over to the right, just gaze over that left shoulder and then you'll twist all the way up your spine there. Let's take one more breath on this side. Okay, take your time when you're ready. On an inhale, we're going to come all the way back to center. On an exhale, switch over to the other side. Good. If your legs are over to the left, you can always gaze over to the right, extending that twist up into your cervical spine. And see if you can breathe into different areas of your rib cage to create more space here to breathe and twist and move and play. Perfect. From here, when you are ready, on an inhale, gently unwind and stretch all the way out into any kind of shavasana that's calling your name. So you can lay on your back, your side, your belly. You can be seated. You can lay over a bolster, blocks, or on a pillow. And we'll just be here for a few minutes. So allow everything to just drop, like your body feels really heavy. And allow your breath to take a check through your body. Just notice if there are any areas where you're holding on to tension or you're kind of gripping up or clenching. And see if you can breathe into those areas and allow those areas to really soften and relax here. Find a way to create more length up the back and sides of your neck. See if you can breathe into your belly, feeling that rise and fall of your belly as you breathe. And see if you can breathe into the sides of your belly as well, so you feel your side waist expand out to the side as you breathe. And then breathe into the back of your belly as well, so feel your lower back expand into the ground or into your mat as you breathe. So feel free to stay in your shavasana for as long as you like. Thank you so much again for